Hi friends, I hope you're all doing well today. It's a gorgeous day here up in the northeast near Cape Cod, which is where I am. Unfortunately, I am so sorry it's taken me this long to get this video up. My computer is giving me a headache. And you'll see mostly watercoloring here and no assembling of the card because it ate my footage. So hopefully you like what I did put out for you. This is going to be the beginning of my watercolor weekends. Even though I'm posting this during the week, I did do the footage over the weekend. And so for the rest of the month of June, I'm planning to spend some time over the weekends watercoloring, practicing it. So today, this particular day, I got out my Simon Says Stamp June card kit, Fly Me Away, and it's a stunning kit. The stamp set was gorgeous. The main image, it's a very large stamp, and it has 4 blooms and a rose. I think they're peonies and a rose on it. You're going to need your large Misty, the Tim Holtz stamping platform, or a large stamp block. You could even use the Fisker stamp press too with it, as long as it's a big one because the stamp is huge. There are 3 other flowers also included with this stamp set and some bunch of lovely sentiments with it as well. It's a gorgeous set. Now let's talk about the papers. The papers in this kit are beautiful. There's watercolor backgrounds with washi flowers on them, some hot air balloons, some feathers, and all in stunning colors. Such a beautiful combination of colors. I love the papers. There's also cardstock to match the papers, which, you know, it's always in the kits. Also included is a Tim Holtz 3D embossing folder, which is awesome. It embosses so intricate because of the 3D, but you need to spray your paper on the front and on the back so that it doesn't tear when it goes through your die cut machine. And also included was some resist spray, which I didn't actually try yet, which I need to try. I'm still playing with this kit, even though it's the middle of the week. I'm still playing with it. I haven't moved on. So first thing I did was stamp out the large flower using my Tim Holtz platform and VersaFine black Onyx ink. I actually changed over to the Misty now because I have a hard time with the Tim Holtz platform. I don't know why, but I end up having to press really hard all the time with it, and I don't know if it's uneven, but I just enjoy the Misty so much more. So I did get the large Misty. So here I am, you see me watercoloring. I'm using my Daniel Smith watercolors, and I'm using the various samples that came with this kit and some of the previous kits. My first flower, I'm using quinacridone magenta on my first layer. And then when I go in for my second layer, on the inside of the petals, I use Prussian blue. I take it slow and work in layers, letting them dry in between. And I lay down a little water and work one petal at a time. I skip over petals so they don't bleed into each other. After I got my first layer down on my main flower, I moved on to my other flowers. For my next bloom, I'm using Opera Pink and Indigo. Unfortunately, at this point I got impatient, as I always do, and start coloring petals before they're dry, and as you know, they bled together. But the good news is the blend with them bleeding came out really pretty, so it was a happy accident. I did a third bloom with dioxide purple, and then I deepened the shaded areas with quinacridone magenta. Once I got to my rose, I colored it in with some reds. I used an anthracenoid red, that's a big word. To brighten it up, I used some pyrrole red. I used a combination of spring green and sap green on the leaves. I decided to cut out my image and pop it up on my card. I got some smudges on the watercolor paper, so I didn't like it. I couldn't really cover it up too well. I popped it up on my panel, and I used the sentiment from a pretty pink posh set called Encouraging Greetings. After a morning full of housework, while my husband was working, I spent my afternoon listening to some great music, singing and watercoloring. I mean, what more could they ask for? It's beautiful. I had my puppies with me, and I think my card came out great. It was an enjoyable day. I think I achieved a beautiful blend on the flowers. I finished it off with some moonshine confetti from Simon Says Stamp and a little glitter with my Nuvo shimmer pen, which I always use. Can't get enough shimmer. After I finished this card, I made 6 more cards. I cut down 6 of the pretty papers and added sentiments, sequins, and Nuvo crystal drops in ebony. I felt it would be a shame to cut up the pretty papers. I showcased the designs instead. And that's it. I have them, a few cards. I showed you the designs of them. Thank you for watching my watercolor. I hope you enjoyed it. I wished I didn't lose my footage, but unfortunately I did. I hope you enjoyed my video for today, and if you have, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Have a nice day. Bye-bye now.